Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely. You know how it is, you know how it be. Today we're gonna be doing, Mother, I think her name is. My bad. That's something stuck in between my teeth, my apologies, y'all. We're gonna be attempting Mother, you know how it is. She's a bit of a hard-ass fight, I'm not gonna lie. But I have the utmost faith in us that I think we'll do good. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty alright. Just kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Stressing? Just a little stressing, I'm not gonna lie, you feel me, man? Why exactly, Tony, why are you stressing? Your vacation's literally the day this video comes out, Tony, you go on vacation tomorrow. Why are you a little stressed? One, I think I'm just missing, I believe, one episode of Isaac. I think I'm just missing the one episode I need to record for Isaac in order to, like, make sure I stick to the daily uploads while I'm gone. And two, I don't know, man. It's my first time flying in a long time. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Let me tell you guys a little story, you know what I mean? Let me tell you guys a little bit of a story. Let's go over stuff and whatnot. You know, you guys get to learn about Tony a bit more if you guys cared. You guys get to learn about a crazy character, a crazy individual, one might say. So, I would say I have never really flown much in my life. I can think in the past couple of years, I'm legitimately, I can only think of around 2 occasions where I flew somewhere. In the past couple of years, I once flew on a trip to Mexico with my family. And then I flew back. That's it. That's it. That's the only time I can think about it. The last time I was in an airplane, an aeroplane over the sea or whatever. What's that one Neutral Milk Hotel album that everyone gasses up? In the Fortnite over the sea. My bad. The brain rot kicked in a little bit and I wanted to make a joke. My apologies. But yeah, it was on the way there, on the way to flying out to Mexico. I was on the plane and then on the way back. I'm not even joking. You might think, Tony, you're just, oh, you're just saying things, you know, it's not actually true. No, I'm being for real. Okay, I have -2 luck. I don't think pills are affected by luck, but I mean, you never know, man. You feel me? But, oh, my bad. Like I was saying, it was on the way there. I flew. It was fine. I'm gonna be real with you. It was the first time that I've flown in years, and then on the way back. But I was like definitely less stressing out then. But yeah, I'm not really one to get on planes, you feel me? It's not like, oh, Tony, you don't get on planes, you have like a fear of them or something. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think I have an inherent fear of planes, but what I do have is an overactive imagination and an access to knowledge that I wish I didn't have, you know what I mean? I might be thinking, Tony, what do you mean an access to knowledge? Tony's too smart to be on a plane? Not like that. More so, you know, I still remember the whole Boeing incidents that would happen, like, within the last 2 years. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, as someone who doesn't fly often, and at that point hadn't flown for years, it's very scary slash, like, you know, worrying to kind of think in your mind, is there potential for, what's the word I'm thinking of? Is there potential something bad may happen on my trip? You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, you know, you could be like, oh, Tony, you're just worrying over nonsense or what, you know. Am I really though? Am I really though? Come on, let's be real here. Let's be real here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call it nonsense is all I'm trying to say. I wouldn't call it worrying over nonsense is all I'm trying to say. Now, what may come of those? You know, what may come of all that? I'm gonna be real. I don't know. All I can really do, as can anyone, there's not much you can do to, like, what's the word? Save yourself, I guess? More so, you can kind of just be like, alright, we're just gonna go on this flight, and you just kind of gotta hope everything turns out well for you. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go on that flight, I'm gonna get on that flight, and I'm gonna just, in the end, I'm gonna just have to hope everything comes up good, you feel me? 4 soul hearts, that's literally useless on me. So here's what we're gonna do, we're gonna go buy that Tears Up that we found in the shop. So yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm slightly stressed, you know, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about getting on that plane going on that trip. Because initially the plan was we were making the plans. I'm like, should we go on the flight or should we drive? Because, dude, every single time we've gone, I haven't gone to Comic-Con often, but anytime I have gone, dude, Jesus Christ, it is just, it's a drive, you know what I mean? Like, it's a drive, bro. It is a long journey, and almost every single time there's always traffic, which kind of turns it into an even longer journey. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. A part of me was like, it would be nice to save the money and also not have to worry about doing anything, like, not through TSA, but, like, you know what I mean? There was a horror story I have from a friend of mine who went to an anime expo somewhere. I don't think it was Comic-Con, but it was like an anime expo that was not nearby. He flew out there on his trip back. They like checked his bags and he had purchased a manga panel. It was like, I think an original, or maybe not an original, but you know, it might have been, I don't know. He purchased a manga panel. It was like one of those copies of the manga panels that like the artists drew themselves. It was that for My Hero, which is like one of his favorite animes. And I don't know if it was the dips over on TSA's end or whatever, but absolutely just fucked up his manga panel, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, it was destroyed, bro. It was devastated. And it's kind of like, it's got me thinking, like, if I take something back that's like that, you know what I mean? If I take something back that's really cool or whatever, I don't want to risk, what's the word I'm thinking of? Having it get destroyed by some stupid check like that. I'd rather my collectibles that I buy, I can have a small sense in my mind being like, I'm safe, you feel me? I'm safe with this. In the end though, I think for the not even the convenience really, but just look, man. You can only drive or be in a car for so long before you start losing your mind. There are ways to, like, you know, help supplement that, or not supplement it, but, you know, help alleviate that, you know. A method I used to do, it's the classic Tony going on a road trip with his family method is all I would do is just, oh crap. Ooh, nice explosion. What I would do is I would like stay up mad late the night before. Say for example, the trip's tomorrow. I would stay up tonight until like maybe I'd say 4 a.m. Go to bed. Wake up again, it's like, what time would it be at that point? Wake up again at like 5 a.m. I only got like an hour of sleep. And then I'd spend the rest of my time just snoozing my way across the south. You feel me? There's a method to my madness is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's like the Tony nonchalant method, you know what I mean? That's like the Tony just coast by, never have to worry about too much on the trip method, you feel me? But unfortunately, it was a group decision. I personally would have voted for the car ride, but everyone else didn't want to go to the car ride. I understand. You feel me? A friend of mine, literally all he does for work is drive. I wouldn't expect him to kind of mentally be okay with just staying in a car for like 8 or 9 hours, potentially more, depending on if it's just bad enough traffic. So a part of me is like, brother, I get you. Let's go by plane. It'll be fine. You know, we'll be chilling. Oh my goodness, that was bad damage. You feel me? It's just like, we'll go by plane, we'll be fine, I think. Everything's gonna be, you know, great and dandy. And then we'll just be able to enjoy the con. Not at our, like, expense, but, like, you know, we'll be able to just enjoy the con worry-free about being like, oh, the time rolls around, time for us to freaking get up at like 4 a.m. the day we leave so we can go and take an 8-hour car ride just to get back home at like, if we leave at 4 a.m. it could, you know, accounting for traffic for other people that might be leaving roughly the same time, you're gonna get home at like maybe 2-3 p.m. You know what I mean? Pretty much your day's gone, bro. Your day is pretty much gone. Now our return trip, it's as simple as wake up just like an hour before the flight. You get home, it's like 10 a.m. still. You got the whole day to just do literally nothing, bro. You got the whole day to just relax, set up anything you got from the con, you know, shit like that. This item is trash. You feel me? It's not that bad. I feel like flying's not that bad. If you're like a huge collector though, I think just flying might be one of the worst things for you. Now me, I'm not necessarily a huge collector, but I did wanna bring some things home at least. You know, I'll keep you guys updated on whatever I buy at the con or whatever, you know, shit like that. There is one thing, is that apparently they do have like FedEx or like UPS kind of like not deals, but like places around. So what you can do is you can ship things back home, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you though, I don't really know how their pricing works, but I don't trust those companies enough to not believe they wouldn't abuse the ever-living shit out of surge pricing, you know what I mean? I don't trust them enough to not believe that they wouldn't just be like, hey, it's around the con time, people want to ship their products back home, worry-free of anything like bad happening to it. We'll charge them like double or triple the price. One, what'll they know? 2, they can like go die or something, you feel me? And it's like, man, you suck. This guy's goated. My bad. Okay, I'm good. I had to like not clear my throat, but I felt something. Pause. Why am I saying pause for? What the fuck? I felt something in my throat. My bad. But you know, it's just what's the word I'm thinking of? You know? Well, who knows? It could be a planetarium up here. Let's check it out. Essentially, I'm just trying to have a good time spending time with friends. I went last year with a friend and my brother, and it was great. It was honestly really fun. Not even, I guess I wouldn't really call it much of a downside, but like the only thing I would say is honestly, the only thing I think I'd even ever say about like the con or whatever, I guess, is just last time we went, we only had a 1-day pass because of their like really dumb lottery system sort of deal for how it works. I'm not gonna like get too deep into it. I don't know, maybe if you know about Comic-Con, you know what I'm talking about. I'll talk about it. I'll yap about it just so you guys are kind of aware. You guys can be clued in on the context here. Pretty much, if you want to secure yourself Comic-Con tickets, the way it goes is you have to make a member ID, you know, you make an account with Comic-Con. Then they usually announce online, hey, we're gonna do open registration. So that means anyone who wants to, any of like the regular crowd who wants to buy a ticket, pretty much anyone who hasn't gone before and wants to buy a ticket, they can do it here at this time. But the way it works is it's just a queue, you know, you go online, it's a queue, and you're just randomly selected. If you get in, you get to buy your tickets. You just gotta hope whatever days you want to go aren't completely sold out off rip, you feel me? And you might think I'm joking. You might think, Tony, you're just lying. You're just trying to make stuff up. There's no way it's that system. No, I'm being so for real. That's exactly how it works. The way the system works is you go and you see, hey, look at this. There's a opportunity for me to get tickets. But all it is, it's just like an opportunity by chance. I guess it's the fairest system, you know what I mean? It's the fairest system, like by technicality, because you don't have to worry about someone who queued up in line, or you don't have to worry about like some scalpers using bots or whatever, queuing up in line the literal instant it goes in and then just buying something right away and like pretty much snatching you out of a ticket or whatever. Because one, I think if I'm correct, if they like find out you're selling you're reselling a ticket, you're just like banned from the con. But also the part that's like kind of like, oh, I could see why this might be annoying or whatever, is like, you know, I want to queue up and then some other guy just kind of pulls up and is like, yeah, let me get this, you feel me? That's actually really bad. My shot speed is too high. My shot speed is too high for this to be good, bro. Not bad. My shot speed is too high for that to be good, so let us, or not for it to be good, but it's like, you know, it's not at its, Tech X ain't locking in at its full potential. quite yet. It can still get shit done though. I was supposed to be doing Mother this whole time. I was supposed to be doing Mother this whole time. I was so caught up in the yap, I just never did it. I'm a moron, dude. I'm actually stupid. All right. I think honestly, the best way we do this is we just try and finesse an Archie. I think perhaps that might be the best method, which essentially means this run is gonna go until the Void, because that is the only way for a run, I think, to potentially even have a chance. Is you gotta kind of get your run all the way to the Void. Because in the Void, everything's chaosified, you know what I mean? You can pull literally anything. Okay, but like I was saying, the way you get your tickets, it's this like random chance. Honestly, we are so lucky that me and my friends managed to all get in and then proceed to buy the same tickets same day. You know what I mean? Like, me and my friends were able to get this day, this day, this day. All of us, you know, it's not like, oh, I'm missing out on like Saturday, but my friend got Saturday. You know what I mean? No, it's not that at all. Literally, we all got each of the days that we each had. Each of the days that we each had, says Tony. The brain rot is cooking him. Save his soul.
The sun.
I was hoping for you. I was hoping you'd be there. Archie? No. Ace of Hearts. This is just gonna be a lot of flies, right? Yeah.
Hearts.
Not bad, not bad. Not the worst thing ever, but not the best, I guess. In theory. Okay, but like I was saying, you know, it's just, what's the word I'm thinking of? Lucky, and we got lucky. Now, hopefully next year, if my friends do enjoy it, we can go next year. However, it's also like, I hope I can, still be able to go next year, like, confidently, you know what I mean? I hope that next year I will still be able to not have to worry about, like, you know, I guess too much about being like, oh, if I go, I'm gonna be cooked, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna not have enough money or something like that. I hope time next year rolls around, you know, hopefully I'm still floating. And that we are lucky enough to, I guess, have the same deal happen, you know what I mean? We're lucky enough to still have it be like, oh yeah, we each got this, you know?
The Hermit.
Work? I don't think it worked. Little haunt. Jumper cables. You. Latchkey for the luck. Maybe Book of the... Nah, not Book of the Dead, because I would be low-key using Book of the Dead too much. I'm gonna be so real with you. If I had Book of the Dead, I would be spamming it. It's just, yeah. You know. Here's to hoping everything does go well for the con and whatnot, you know. All I can say is that, like, on my first time going, I had a great time. It was fun. All I can hope for and wish is that this is my friend's first time going. I hope they have a great time. You know what I mean? If you do something like this, you don't want your friends to kind of have a bad time. And yes, I'm giving it away. Take you for the damage up, I guess. You feel me? No reason not to. Oh, I say no reason not to, but I could have gone the up path, and the up path would have just been overall just way nicer to deal with going through. I don't know. We'll be fine.
The stars.
But yeah, you know, that's the day in the life of Tony, I guess, going on right now. Is I'm slightly worried because I got a few things worrying. One, you know, I'm like, oh, I get to go to a convention. That's really nice. That's fun. I'm worried because, like, you know, you never know what could happen outside of home. In my opinion, my mind is like, home is the safest place you could be, Tony. If you're not home, you know, you don't know what could happen, and I'm like kind of worried at that. I probably shouldn't be. People will probably be like, nah, Tony, you shouldn't be worried. I think you're just like tripping a little bit low key. You know, maybe, might be right. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't thinking it. You know, part of me is like, safest place to be is home. You're gonna be away from home. There's some worry in that. Two, on a plane. I haven't been on a plane in, I think unironically, I haven't been on a plane in like 5 years. So part of me is a little worried about that. What else? I'm worried, what if my friends don't like it, you know what I mean? I'm worried in it like a what if my friends don't like it sense. I don't know, you know, I feel like I'm not in over my head, but I'm worrying about low-key nothing. You feel me? I just have the keeper with me, bro. Hello? I am the keeper. Why do I have him with me? Why is bro here? You feel me? Interesting. I probably could have kept rolling that low key. Maybe I could have gotten our key from that. I'm not sure. Because I don't really know what item pool is what. But, I mean, low key, a part of me was thinking like, hey, having a whole ass keeper just to help is pretty cool, you know what I mean? Especially considering who I'm playing as. Like, that's just my bro, a whole nother me, you know what I mean? Oh wait, no need for me to do that. Should I go Hush? I don't think I have an increased chance. You know what? Why not? I guess if I'm doing victory laps, freaking why not? No reason not to do Hush, literally. The way I see it. Liquor? Ghost Pepper? Oh! Future Tony's gonna be so happy about that quad shot. Okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy? Nah, I was gonna say, you gonna think I'm crazy? I'm gonna give it to bro, but nah. I can't. It's too good to give up to a guy like him, you feel me? Tony, what does that mean? That's literally like my bro, a whole nother me. You know, once again, Tony's spitting this rhetoric, but he ain't backing it. He ain't really about it like that. Not bad. Okay, but like I was, you know, I don't know. I'm a little worried about that. And plus, I got Isaac coming up. You feel me? A part of me's got. I have 4 Isaac episodes recorded. I'm gonna be real with y'all, alright? If you guys are watching this now, I think I might put a little disclaimer at the beginning of that episode or something. That I don't want to say it was made in a moment of weakness, but the episode is definitely a bit more of like a what's the word I'm thinking of? You know what I mean? I'm in a better mental state now, but when I recorded that Isaac episode, it was kind of in the sense it was like I don't even know how to describe it, man. You know what I mean? I was going through like not a rough patch, I guess you would say. You feel me? I was going through like maybe a small rough patch, and I just recorded that episode because one, I wanted to record, and I just wanted to speak things out, you know, get some things off my mind and stuff like that. You feel me? So I recorded it. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I did record the episode, and it was, what's the word I'm thinking of? It is still slated for release, but I feel like a part of me needs to leave like a small disclaimer where it's like, I am mentally fine, by the way, you know? What is that? What's going on? Why is that happening? You know, a part of me feels the need to kind of just like, I guess, clear the air on the video as like, I am not at risk. I just recorded this because I simply just wanted to speak my mind. You know what I mean? It may sound, I'm not gonna lie, some parts of the video, not upon rewatch, because I haven't rewatched it, but just upon recollection, some parts of the video I can definitely think are kind of like, Tony, you good, bro? Like, you need, you know what I mean? Like, you need help or something? And it's like, I'm fine, bro. I'm not, you know? I'm fine. I'm not, like, thinking about my mortality or something like that, or, you know, no, nothing like that. I'm just making videos, creating Isaac videos and content. Just the video creation process helps me not cope, but it just helps me get my mind off things. You feel me? I speak things out. I get my mind off certain things. It's like a form of therapy, but without actually paying therapy money. You feel me? And so I'm gonna be completely honest with you. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That's exactly how it happened in that episode. Is I recorded as like a form of therapy for me, and I do plan on uploading it because I recorded it like any other Isaac episode. You might be thinking, you know, I don't know. I don't feel the need to, I guess, hide a vulnerable side of myself like that, especially to a YouTube video I made. You feel me? A part of me doesn't see it as like, oh, I don't need to hide this because like everyone goes through this. You know what I mean? Maybe people can use this as an example or something like that. Nah, nothing like that. You know, if to be completely honest with you, I don't see it as like anything like that. More so, it's you know, why hide it? I guess, you feel me? Everyone goes through it at some point, and you're lying if you say you don't. So why I guess keep it away? Toxic masculinity or something like that. You feel me? No need to hide the emotions, bro. So I'm not gonna like break down crying on mic or anything. You know, I'm not gonna like break down crying on microphone. But you will definitely, I guess, hear me be a bit more vulnerable than you most likely might think or hear in like a regular Isaac episode or like a fucking YouTube video or something, you know what I mean? And I will leave the disclaimer, you know. This is not, you know, if that's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. You don't need to view it. I understand. But that's what helped me get through it myself, so. Nah, me. But I just, yeah. I don't know, bro. I'm just a little slightly worried, I guess. You know what I mean, man? I'm a little slightly worried, y'all. I'm a little slightly worried. Part of y'all might be like, Tony, you should be worried, you know? Or, nah, Tony, you're fine. I can't see shit, bro. I can't see anything. Is he dead? Okay. I couldn't see, bro. You gotta understand where I'm coming from in that scenario. It's just like 8 polycephalus, bro. Is this, can you say that's fair? Okay, he was incinerated. He was reduced to a shape, dare I say. Okay, let's... Nope. Not bad. What was that, bro? What was that, man? You know? He just body slammed into me off rip. Off the dubious. Volley. I don't know. I'm just yapping. You feel me? At this point, I'm just yapping. There is something I did want to talk about, but unfortunately, I have to ration my talking points for a bit. Why? Because I'm gonna record another Isaac episode after this, and that Isaac episode is gonna be what should be the last Isaac episode before I go. Unless I decide all of a sudden after work tomorrow, I decide, let me just record one mo, you know what I mean? Let me get one mo out there. Then, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. But until I decide are we going to wait and see, this, I'm pretty sure, is the last Tony episode for like the next, not this, but the next one is gonna be the last Tony episode for the week. Okay, here's what we need. Here's what we need ASAP. We need to find that secret room now. You might think it's stupid. One, it's Guppy. It's Guppy. Guppy's never stupid. Tony, you're down to 1 HP now. I honestly couldn't care less now. We have Guppy. I literally could not care less. Guppy is one of the most like broken transformations you can get in Isaac. You feel me? I'm not gonna be upset that I got it. Alright, but yeah, unfortunately I gotta hold my talking points. Which that sucks, you know, you could be like, Tony, the fact that you gotta do that is mad cringe. Yeah, I know, I trust me, I really do apologize. But, I got an episode to record after this, and considering the deadline coming up, I'd like to, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know. I guess get it all out. I think that's the right term. Maybe not, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Or do I sound crazy? I would like to speak on, you know, I don't want last episode I make before I go for a bit to be some hot ass mid, you know what I mean? I want it to be a solid episode that y'all could hopefully enjoy in my absence. And then later look back upon, what the hell was that? What the hell is this? Where's the secret room, dog? Hello? Okay, up. Right, technically there. Right, no. Up, no. Down, no. Up, no. Down? Let's look around. Right. I think it's perfect, right? He's goated at this game. And then, son of a bitch, man. Out of everything you spawned, not one of them, not one out of everything you spawned there was an R key. You feel me? Not a single thing out of all that, out of all this, was an R key. Okay, I'll take the +2 luck. I have to take these, I guess, you know. Literally no sort of reason not to. Not like we can re-roll it. Take all of this. I'll go fight the lamb or whatever. I'm not gonna fight Mega Satan because there's no need. And then we'll just, you know, we'll void and we'll see what comes of this. There is something I did want to actually talk about real quick. I don't even remember what the hell it was. God damn it. Why am I like this? You guys ever think to yourselves, do I got like, maybe, you know, maybe not do I got a mental illness, but more so like, is there something wrong with my brain? Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, I feel like for a very, very, very long time, for your boy Tony here, for a very long time, I have had issues with my memory and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if maybe I just didn't eat enough Wheaties growing up or something like that, but I feel like I definitely got memory problems. Maybe not out the wazoo. I'm not necessarily saying I got like dementia or anything, but I don't know, man. It just kind of hits me. You know what I mean? I'll be forgetting to do like your average shit. I need to make something hardcore into habit before I can, like commit to it. You feel me? Oh, that was a lucky penny. I should have grabbed that. That would have been goated. I don't know what it is. But okay, anyways. Let's see if Tony can remember what the hell he was yapping about. Something. Tyler the Creator album did come out. I have listened to it. Not fully, but from what I have listened to, I thought it was pretty solid. I can't wait to give it a re-listen. Although I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was seeing some posts that I thought were kind of crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys feel this way or if you guys might be with me on this one, you know what I mean? But I was seeing some posts about people that were pretty much like, hey, now that this new Tyler album came out, what are we thinking, guys? You know, how does it compare to his discography? And a part of me was like, brother, the album literally came out like, no, not even 24 hours ago. It came out within the day. So a part of me is kind of like, how are you out here kind of being like, guys, how we feeling about this? I can't even digest it. You know what I mean? A part of me is like, bro, I haven't even digested this album yet. You feel me? Like, I just ate it. You know? Like, hold on. Food metaphor. Tony food metaphor coming out. I just ate it. How you gonna expect me to, like, shit out the answer? You feel me? I haven't even gotten all the vitamins and nutrients, like, fully utilized in my system from it yet. I haven't had time to ponder it yet. I don't know. What do you call that? You feel me? Do you guys kind of, I guess, feel the same way? Or, like, have you guys noticed that sort of same deal? I've noticed it happening with a lot of, like, releases. Whether it be games or music, although I notice it kind of happens to music a lot more than it does sort of anything, is something comes out and it is, what's the word I'm thinking of? Something comes out and it is like automatically sort of de facto hit with that sort of, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's hit with that sort of thing where it's like, guys, how do we feel about this? You know what I mean? And part of me is like, bro, it's not even like out. You feel me? Call Me If You Get Lost came out, and I remember talking to my friend about it. And I was like, hey, how you feel about Call Me If You Get Lost so far? And he was like, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't even like it right now. I don't even like it. You know? I don't think it's that good. Lo and behold, you know, some time passes, a year or so later, I'm playing a bit more of the music on it because I thoroughly enjoy it. And my friend is like, you know what, Tony, I'm gonna be real with you. I started listening to Call Me If You Get Lost a bit more, and I realized that I actually really do like Call Me If You Get Lost. I think it's actually pretty good. And I'm just like, brother, you know, a part of me is like, bro, what I tell you, you feel me? I don't want to hit him with like the what I tell you, no, I told you so. I don't want to hit him with none of that, but it's kind of like I wouldn't willingly sort of, you know, though I wasn't even like trying to put him on it or anything, you know what I mean? But I was like, sometimes things just take a little bit of time to digest. Also, fuck this game. What was that? You feel me? Sometimes things take a little bit of time to kind of like digest fully before you can kind of in your mind be like, yeah, I fuck with that, or I don't fuck with that. You feel me? Honestly, I don't really care too much about the damage. Give me the shot speed down. If it's a damage down, the shot speed down will help make up for it because it'll linger more, which means it'll do more damage in the long run. You guys picking up what I'm putting down here, or do I sound crazy? I think I sound crazy to y'all. I don't blame you if you think that, by the way. Honestly, I didn't see anything, I was just guessing. To be real with you, I think we're gonna need a health up soon. Wanna roll it real quick, brother? Trinkets, bro? Are we for real? I guess so. Type of BS I want to avoid. That's just criminal. That's just not good. That's just actively not good. Arky? Or A very lucky magic mush? No? Alright. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, I think our run has come to an end, perhaps. If I don't manage to get a health up, I don't think I have the skill to dodge delirium enough to maybe live long enough to kind of see the end through. I mean, we'll see. Hold on. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe there might be more stuff that I missed down here. Perhaps. It kind of looks like there is. But I won't really know until I see it all. Wolf bomb, not bad. I don't think we're gonna get it. I'm gonna be real. Looking at it, I don't think we're making it, bro. Maybe? We got long, pointless hallways. That counts for something, right? I was hoping to get small rock or something. That's just bad. Alright, I think we're dead. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Can I be real? Can I be candid? I think this run is done for, and I think I threw away a really good run at the start. What started off as a very solid run, I think I threw away with the mistake of not realizing what the hell I was doing. Because I'm pretty sure, take it long enough, I think this run could have gotten Mother done. I think this run could have beat Mother. Like I said, you might find it crazy. You might call me stupid, you know. I think this run genuinely could have done it. But I guess we'll never know. You feel me, y'all? I guess we shall never know the true meaning of Christmas or something like that, right? Please stop shooting me. Unless he clutches up! Unless he clutches up! Because he's the GOAT! My bad. Alright. I think with that, we can end this episode on a solid note. Even if we didn't make Mother, we still had a good run and had fun. Anyways, want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day. And or good night, depending on the time we're viewing this. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.